Hello, dear listeners. This is Coleman from the BigRedBarel UK podcast. This is our special 250th episode. So before we start, we've got a nice little production created by Mr. Timothy Kenneth James Hibbs to explain the journey so far from all the way back to On Her Majesty's Sarcastic Service, through Sarcastic Gamer UK, and all the way round to BRB UK. Enjoy, or tolerate.
Hello, and indeed ahoy-hoy, and welcome to the very first episode of On Her Majesty's Sarcastic Service, a Sarcastic Gamer community cast, which is
now a fully fledged podcast as part of the Sarcastic Gamer family, which we are giving the new name of...
basically, Sarcastic Gamer UK.
Some sarcastic fighting later.
You can take my wages, you can edit my articles, but you would never take my Jenga!
And welcome back to what shall henceforth be known as the BigRedBarel UK podcast. We may have changed sites, but there's still going to be the same old nonsense with your three hosts. Dan, Tim, say hello Tim.
Hello Tim.
And the skirt-wearing Scot that is Jon Brady.
Right, 112 episodes of poorly disguised racism is all I can take. I'm out.
Dan, what am I going to do? We're basically doomed. Doomed. We'll never find anyone to replace... Oh, hang on. A random Coleman just appeared. We're saved! Saved!
Hi, I can also edit faster than the speed of sound.
Happy days! I'm going to go and do a PhD. Play Destiny for 6 months, but I will be back. Toodle bye!
If the British Empire and its Commonwealth last for 1,000 years, men will still say, this was their finest hour.
We stand for Queen,
country, and video games. BRB UK.
Worse teeth,
better accents.
What's going on, Dan, Tim, Coleman? It's your boy Pac-Man Polar Bear from the Big Red Barrel cast. You're a Canadian Commonwealth brother from across the pond. Congratulations on hitting episode 250. Cheers, lads.
Hello there. It's Dermot. I just wanted to say congrats, guys, on reaching 250 episodes. It's one heck of an achievement. I've been a fan of you guys since the Sarcastic Gamer days, and it's kind of amazing that after all of those years, all of those episodes, and all of those basicallys, that you guys haven't changed a bit, for the better or worse. And I'm really just glad to be a fan of the show and have the honour of being someone who's been on the show before as well. It's been absolutely brilliant. I hope there's 250 more. And again, congrats.
Hey guys, this is Esmeralda from Sarcastic Gamer Pink. You know, that show you guys missed so much. Congratulations to BRB UK for 250 episodes. That is so amazing. I miss you guys all so much. Captain Average, Tim, Coleman, I don't quite know you, but I'm pretty sure that if you're hanging out with these dudes, you're amazing automatically. Congrats again for 250 episodes. Here's to 300, 400, 500. Never stop podcasting because the amount of energy and positivity that you guys spread is definitely needed in our world, especially the gaming world. Love you guys. Bye.
Hey, this is Lano. You might remember me as the guy you hated on the SarcasticGamer.com podcast, the Hump Day Update, or even Respawn Radio. Wishing the guys from Big Red Barrel UK a happy 250, and hoping that you make it another 250 before you all hate each other and blow up the podcast. Good luck, guys.
250 episodes. 250 freaking episodes. Oh my god. That's ridiculous. Who does that many podcasts? Jeez. Don't you know you're supposed to do a few dozen, maybe 100, and then you're supposed to have this big falling out and everyone's supposed to go their separate ways. That's how you do it, guys. You're doing this wrong, sticking together for 250 episodes of Big Red Barrel Cast. I thought you learned. I really did, but I guess congratulations, 250 episodes of Big Red Barrel. That's got to be some kind of record for at least a couple of you. Congratulations, guys. It's Doc. I miss you, and hope you're well.
Hello, and indeed ahoy-hoy, and welcome to episode, and I can't believe I'm about to say this, 250 of Big Red Barrel UK. What's that all about?
250! Woo!
I am Dan. I am your host.
Woo!
I'm joined by a plethora of people.
A plethora?
A gaggle of podcasters. A audacity of people. First of which is Tim. Say hello, Tim.
Hello, Tim!
How are you doing?
I'm okay.
Congratulations on recycling that joke. That's
Yes.
very environmentally friendly.
Thank you. I like to be responsible with my jokes.
And also joining us is a Coleman.
Hi!
How are you doing, Coleman?
Not bad. I've got good news.
What's good news?
I got a job.
Hey!
Good job.
There you go. That's the one time I get to use that sound.
Right, okay, what's your job?
I can't tell you.
Why can't you tell me?
Basically a secret agent.
But I got a job, so that's good. So I'm not...
Are you now pimping Tim on the street corners of Muswell Hill? Is that your job?
That's not a job.
Secret.
That's a part-time hobby.
Secret whore.
Nice. But hang on, chaps.
Those are the things you wear if you are a cowboy.
Indeed. What's that coming over the hill? Is it a yamster? It is a yamster! Jon Brady!
Good morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are.
How are you doing, Jon Brady? He's a Brady! He's a Brady!
I am very well.
So, how is life in the world of Scotland's premier donut taster / local news reporter?
Far too busy. Can I not
Farts.
just
Farts, good. Excellent. Farts. Okay, good, right?
Can I not just go back to games blogging? That'd be fine. I'll do it for free. I'll live in the street. That's fine. No, it's going well. It's great. It's good. Yeah, I'm sorry. I've turned into f***ing Donald Trump there. I've sworn. Jesus.
What, Donald Trump? Yeah, it's a dirty word. I don't like it.
John, I know you're claiming to be a reporter, but do you actually have a superhero secret identity?
No.
No?
No.
You're not the new Supergran then, no?
Super Gran?
Yeah. No?
No.
Oh.
No, I'm not. Sorry to disappoint.
It's about time there was a new Supergran, but anyway.
Are you part of, because Donald Trump has Scottish heritage, are you part of the national tithing of hair to Donald Trump to help maintain his fine hairdo? Because you have a lot of hair, Brady.
That's true.
Not as much as I used to.
You could lend him some.
Dear Donald, you've got a hairdo. Here's some hair. It might make it better. Lots of love, Jon Brady.
What you could do, John, is offer to caddy for him one day on one of his golf courses, which are in Scotland, and also lend him some hair at the same time.
Or cap him.
His son was actually over
A dickhead.
No, he was in the neighbourhood, as it were, the other day, opening up a new golf course.
Opening up a new can of Coke. It was the most exciting thing to happen in Scotland for 15 years.
Do you know what the thing is? The donuts was actually really good fun. And it wasn't even, my idea. It was just because there was a Krispy Kreme here that had closed. And so my boss came over and said, would you fancy going to try some donuts for an article? And I was like,
well, hell yes.
Yes, fine.
No, I hate fun and I spit upon it.
Do you know what I'm going to say? And I know it's been said before. I mean, Krispy Kreme is just completely overrated. We can all agree on that, right?
Yes.
Well, I don't know. I like a good Krispy Kreme, I have to say.
I spent £5 of my own money on 3 really small donuts.
5 what?
Pounds.
What? No, didn't catch that. 5 what?
Poons.
Poons, Dan. Poons.
I am not degrading myself.
No,
Not
we'll
even
do that
for
for you,
this.
mate. You're quite right.
That's good old family fun
Exactly.
racism.
No. Krispy Kreme is totally overrated. I would say if you want a good donut, just go to your local baker. There you go. That's the official line.
You have better local bakers in Scotland then, I'd say.
Oh yeah.
To be fair, donuts are deep fried and, just saying.
Oh, that's
Random Mars bar.
fresh.
That is fresh. That is fresh,
Freshly
son.
fried.
Yo, that is a thick joke, I do believe. That's right. I know all the street slang.
Go on, say something about Mars bars or haggis or
Haggis Mars bars.
Oh my god. They do brownie ones here, mate.
Just get it out of the system. Just get rid of it now, because
Generally, I find having haggis does make a lot of things exit my system.
This has been building up for loads of episodes now, John. It's just
it's like a really good zit that you finally get to squeeze. It's brilliant.
But it is very good to have you back, though, sir, and I'm glad to hear you're doing well as well. This is
Stop putting
both
words
good
in my
things.
goddamn mouth.
I didn't say that you said that. I said that, you idiot.
Dan, you are squandering your not insufficient brain power. You did a PhD, remember?
Oh, yeah, that. Yes.
Don't squander that brain power on patter.
I've used all of my brain power. I've used my daily quota. I've used it. I've run out.
I'm trying to help you here. Don't squander that on patter.
I feel like, when your mum and dad go, we're very disappointed in you, Daniel.
We're not angry, Dan.
I'm just disappointed.
I am. I expected better of you. That's all. I know. It was unrealistic of me to set my expectations so disappointingly low. But
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There you go. That's telt. You've been telt, son.
I've been what?
Telt. T-E-L-T. Telt.
Tilt.
I think it's
Telt.
like a flavour of Buckfast or something.
Buckfast is made in Devon. Buckfast is made in Devon, so I don't know what you're going on about.
Hey, I've got a Scottish mate who keeps banging on about it.
Not everything Scottish people talk about is Scottish.
He's called Steve. Do you know him?
Hang on, Colin. That might be because it's really cheap.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, that was one bit of racism they hadn't got in yet.
Yeah.
Just in case that had passed you by.
Oh, you haven't said like he's got to feed the meter or his internet's going to cut off.
Have you got a soundboard noise for a coin going in a meter then?
No, you can have a piece of glass breaking. Oh no, me iron brew.
Stone Cold.
Stone Cold! My God! Were we meant to have a fifth member?
Well, yes, we were, but Kev, basically.
Get off of my land!
There he is.
Hello, there he is.
He's back. He's back.
Off my land. He's actually, he would love to be with us tonight, but he is at a last minute Wurzels reunion.
On a speedboat.
Yeah, he would love to join us, but the Wurzels, due to the onset of senile dementia, are only very rarely in the same place, in physical and mental terms, once every 15 years these days. So yeah,
He goes to the lunar cycles.
I heard he was just playing Diablo 3. Do you know what he's doing? Do you know what he's doing in Diablo 3?
What's he doing in Diablo 3?
Farming! He's farming in Diablo 3!
Hello!
He's after that
You've been waiting years for that joke, haven't you?
Yep.
Yeah, a little bit. Anyway, so basically, the advertised appearance of Kevin White, who flies through the night, is not going to happen. We're very sorry about that.
But this is kind of nice. This is the 4 permanent hosts that have existed on the show being here. And so, yeah, it's nice to celebrate this moment with the 3 of you, basically.
Aww.
Yeah.
We're like the 4 horsemen, but, not really old.
And less impending things of doom.
I meant the wrestlers, not the... Okay.
Right, okay, fine.
The 4 donkey riders of disappointment, I think, is closer to the truth.
I don't want a donkey. I'll have one of those hoverboards.
Oh, yeah.
Always bloody one, you chuffing millennial.
Yeah, we all come in on segways.
I'll have my 2 fidget spinners on my hands.
Oh,
see you later, granddads. You'll be...
eating my dust.
Yeah!
If it wasn't for my failing vision, I would have seen that coming, alright? Anyway, let's do news!
News!
Do the news!
Oh, you want me to do the news?
I can do news. Do you want me to do news? I'll do news. Do you want me to do news? Do you want me to do the news?
I think
Well,
Tim
you've done
should
it
do
for
the news.
249 odd episodes, Dan, so why stop now?
Well, I always try and start it, and then Coleman butts in and he tries to make it all serious and make it like it's
Well, no,
like
he
good,
tries to drag
rather than
things
some
back to
half
the point.
confused bloke
When you're
reading
blithering
crap
on
out of a
about
Google Doc.
nonsense.
What?
Exactly.
John, why did you leave again?
What?
Yeah, that. How have we done 250 episodes of this?
We've done more than 250
Yeah, that's a good
episodes
point,
of this shit,
actually.
you and I, but hey.
The news. Someone do the news.
Okay, I'll do the news.
Hooray.
Hey, good news!
Is it?
See, that's twice you've got to use that sound. And there you, don't want to use, it's the only time I'm going to get to
All
use
right,
this sound
come
effect
on.
in my life. Yes, you remember all the bad news, last week about Take-Two, who are peddlers of Rockstar's Grand Theft Auto 5. They, as you may remember, sent cease and desist letters to the author of the Open 4 modding tool, which did all kinds of wonderful things to Grand Theft Auto 5. Made it look pretty, made you could live your dream as a traffic cop. You could drive around the mean streets.
The mean seats.
The mean seats. You could drive around the mean streets on your mean seat. Yo, it's your boy.
You just sit down on a chair and it just goes, your family never loves you.
Yeah, pretty much. And you can obey traffic signals with the wonderful world of mods. But because this opened up a bit of a backdoor into online nefarious cheating, the whole damn thing got shut down. But it seems there has been an about face. So Take-Two and presumably Rockstar have now re-enabled or re-allowed single-player mods. And this is a good thing.
Yeah. Seems like Rockstar's kind of jumped in the defense of, players and the modders.
Good work. We did say they should, to be fair, but it's good that they did. Commendable, indeed.
Yeah, and I can kind of see the argument of why they don't want mods in multiplayer. I totally get that. I mean, for God's sakes, Grand Theft Auto 5 Online's griefy enough as it is, let alone without extra super turbocharged knobheads.
It's almost like a game in which you are just encouraged to be a dick doesn't work well online. It's almost like that nobody saw that coming.
Well, it's like entropy, isn't it? It's the way I view it. It started off with all good intentions, then it just descends into chaos. Everything is burning, and it's all
This is fine.
Yes, this is fine.
That's a very high-level metaphor. Yeah, it's just like entropy, yeah.
PhD, motherfucker.
Tenor, that sound that you can hear is the sound of several thousand people Googling entropy. And then going, yes, yep, I understood that. Have you got like a burning noise or an explosion? You know, where's the breaking glass? Give us the breaking glass. Entropy!
That's a hell of an entropy.
Oopa!
And entropy would be no sound at all. Yeah, that's right. Wrap your head around that. Hey, I'm going to use my entropy soundboard. I just did. Amazing.
Here's my soundboard.
What?
I'm going to use my double doctor soundboard.
Eating my dust.
It's the gift that keeps on giving.
Anyway.
Best money I ever spent.
Anyway, so Grand Theft Auto 5 has got single-player goodness back where it should be. Everyone rejoices and is happy. The end.
GTA
Good.
Back where they belong.
Good, then, stuff.
Good. But that's not all the news.
No.
There is more news. In fact...
There is more news. There is more new news. More news. In the same way that... See, I don't know how to link this other than just saying knuckle sandwich. I don't know.
No, come on. You know who else has been knuckling down this week?
Hey! Jon Brady! Oh, very good. So much like Oculus have released a slightly weird, funky-looking controller for their virtual reality, My Life's So Miserable I Want to Shut Myself Off From It and Live in Sensory Deprivation headset.
Hey.
Valve have now done the same for presumably HTC Vive?
Yeah, this is the Knuckle controller with the code name Knuckle at the moment.
Knuckles.
I
thought Knuckles was the name of the developer kit, I believe.
Yeah. What I want to know is it packaged like a sandwich?
Knuckle sandwich.
A knuckle sandwich. I want a knuckle sandwich.
Wait, you just said you want a knuckle sandwich. I have been waiting for this day.
Gets on train.
Yeah, so it looks basically, long and short of it, the problem is I think with all of these controls, much like Oculus's one, 2D photos of it, it's like a bloody Mobius strip or something where it just makes no bloody sense at all. You just can't get your head around the structure of it.
Finger sensors, though.
Finger sensors.
Is it just me, or does it look pretty much the same deal as the Oculus controller?
It's close to it, but it doesn't look like you'd be making that weird Velociraptor hand movement to hold the damn thing.
Well, that's half the fun.
I like to be a dinosaur. It's similar to the actual Vive controllers as they are at the moment. The squeeze trigger buttons appear to have been replaced with
Sorry,
these.
can we take a second to acknowledge Dan's dinosaur?
Thank you.
Is that what we're calling it now?
Sorry.
Lovely.
Hey, carry on.
Hey, if you're listening to a Minosaur, there's that sound clip Coleman's got of me from back in the 90s.
Oh, Jesus.
I was kind of playing whether I was going to play it or play something funny in its place, but I can't be asked. Anyway.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so on the previous controllers, you've got 2 buttons each side. You use them as squeeze triggers. So if you're picking up an item, or squeeze the triggers to pick up and then release to let go. This time, it's more sensitive buttons. It's the same type. I can't remember what the type of button it's called.
Capacitive.
Thank you. Capacitive buttons. So similar to the first model Xbox One and PS4 buttons, where they're super, super sensitive. If you brush on them, they instantly register. So it's that kind.
There's a knob joke in there somewhere, I'm fairly sure. Carry on.
He derailed you to not make a knob joke. That's a new Danism record.
But anyway, yeah, it's similar to the actual current controller. I think they're meant to be a little bit more slimmed down as well. At the moment, there's a big problem where the trackpad is, and it's a big circular disc on top of the controller. You can smack yourself in the face with it pretty easily. There was a gun I was playing there's a game I was playing that's essentially gun porn, that you're sort of pulling out the clip and slapping the clip in and disassembling and reassembling the guns. Couldn't do it because the controllers are so big that they clash together, and I have to throw like a magazine in the air and try catch it in the gun. So, which is really, really difficult to do.
But really cool if you do it, that's the thing.
But because it's virtual reality, no one else will see you do it. You'll just look like a twat flailing their arms about.
No, they'll see it on the YouTube channel. So I can be like, yo, it's your boy in my VR headset. And then I can put a video up with a thumbnail of me going, with a headset on. And then people go, look, he looks scared with a headset on. This would be a funny video.
That is
Success.
some content.
Success.
That is what the internet was waiting for, I think you'll find.
Yes, it is. But no, it looks cool. Finger triggers, more sensitivity on these controllers. I love the Vive setup at the moment. I do wish the controllers were not as huge, so I wouldn't smack myself in the face with them. But other than that, improvements.
But it makes
always
some
good.
Cracking YouTubeage.
Smashing myself in the face.
YouTube edge.
So, how big are they? Because the photo we've seen, I'm presuming the hand isn't to scale because the hand is very tiny. Unless it's Donald Trump.
Donald Trump!
It's Donald Trump.
It's further away than it appears, Dan.
Yeah, how massive is it? Is it just kind of, is it like a wee nunchuck size, or is it bigger than that?
Well, I don't know how big these ones are, but if they're similar to the ones that are already on the market, they're like a medium-sized TV remote with a large circular bit on top. It's the best way of explaining.
I think you'll find it's actually got a photo of a micro USB charging port, so knowing that we know the dimensions of that, we can... It's bigger than a USB port, I can tell you that.
That's good.
Yeah.
Good calculation, Stan.
Yeah.
Glad we got you on board for that one.
Yep.
At least it's not smaller. I mean, that would just be inconvenient.
Yeah, and also would violate, I'm fairly sure, laws of time and space.
Well done.
If it was smaller than the thing that was contained within it.
Now, I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah.
At all.
No.
Nope, I wasn't being facetious.
No.
Basically, they haven't built the TARDIS, is what we're saying.
Yeah.
They haven't done that at all. Brilliant.
Good.
Brilliant games journalism. Once again, guys.
Science does it again.
Fantastic job. Everyone pat yourselves on the back. Well done.
Right.
I'm glad we've worked that one out.
Yeah. Let's talk about the big news now. Like the
big news.
The biggest thing from the smallest thing.
You mean the little news?
It's the little big news. The big little news that's not a planet.
Entropy!
Can we get that on a soundboard?
What, entropy?
The heat death of the universe on the soundboard, please, Coleman. That'd be most appreciated.
I think we just broke on.
Or just to start the unpleasant sound of you having a menage a une. That also works.
Don't write entropy a challenge in the game. Cock off. Right. Let's talk about the SNES Mini.
Yeah!
Yay! Woo! Dan, are you going to pre-order one?
I will as soon as I'm able to, because
you're
this
too late.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
I've asked Amazon to notify me as soon as they become available. Thank you very much. I also entered my email on Nintendo's website telling me where they become available. That hasn't said anything yet either.
Will they also notify you when they get discontinued?
Yeah.
Well, that's a bloody useless email. Oh, that thing you wanted, we don't make it anymore. Cheers, Nintendo.
Sod off. We don't want your money.
I've had enough of these Nintendo-type solutions. I really have.
He said pre-ordering one.
Well, I mean, what I really, really like about this is that the box is pretty much exactly the same. Of course, smaller.
You mean the
could
box
just print
that it
off
comes
a
in that
box.
you'll throw away?
No, I don't throw my boxes away. Not this fine piece of
You're one of those people.
retrospective video gaming goodness that makes me feel like I'm about to eat someone's dust again or something. I don't know. Yeah, it looks exactly like the box of the SNES did back in 1992. It's fantastic.
I'm more
Back
enamored
when you
with the
were
fact
40.
it looks like a mini SNES. That's just...
It's almost like they called it a Super Nintendo Mini for a reason, Tim.
Yes, I know.
You
But it does
bloody
properly
idiot.
look like a dinky one. It's very
You
good.
really are an idiot.
Well, no, I like the fact as well...
I like the fact the thing that's called the Super Nintendo Mini looks like a mini Super Nintendo, you dullard.
Well, yes, I think that's the biggest selling point about it physically anyway. But no, on that point, though, a bit more seriously, the fact that we did get a UK version of it and not just the American and Japanese version is a very good thing.
Yes, I agree. Although it is essentially the Japanese version with just the Super Famicom nameplate replaced with Super Nintendo.
Yeah, but we get the nice buttons, and America don't, so that's, yeah.
And longer cables this time.
Yay!
Excellent.
Did they say 2 meters longer, I think?
Yeah, because the last ones were stupidly tiny. I've seen photos of people trying to sit on their sofa and play it hooked to the TV, the mini NES, and it's just dangling, like hovering in the air with two cables pulling it either side. It looks stupidly dangerous.
Although, I have to say, in true Nintendo fashion, if you look at their store page, and it's not that you can buy it, it has got a typical Nintendo warning, okay? So this thing comes with 2 controllers, great. The Super Nintendo Mini Classic, which has got a load of games.
It comes with that.
No, I know. That's what you want.
Comes with the thing you're buying.
Although, you might just be able to buy the controllers. That's probably the more likely scenario, let's face it. It comes with a USB cable to power it.
Good.
But no charger, no wall thing to actually power it with.
So you've got to buy an adapter.
You've got to buy
basically.
a power adapter.
Do you?
For this. Yes.
They are scrimping, to be fair. They've been doing that since the 3DS XL.
Which is a typical bloody Nintendo thing. I mean, how much... These things are going to bloody fly off the shelves. Even if they, bought a buttload of them that only cost, £2 and added £5 to the price, everyone would still buy the damn thing. It'd be free profit for them.
But I don't think they would just buy them in. I think they'd want to design it themselves, and then you'd have to factor in cost for that. So it's cheaper for them just to go, just go get one off of Amazon. And it means they can keep the box small, and again, that probably helps them keep it cheaper as well. I don't know. I'm just playing devil's advocate here more than anything.
Yeah, I think it's overpriced compared to similar devices on the market anyway. Probably because it is engineered quite well. I'll give them that. I'm not sort of knocking it for that. But it's not like for the £80 price they couldn't afford to put a bloody plug in there, really.
Well, if you want to buy a USB plug off of Amazon, it's a $5. So it's not like it's...
Yeah, but it adds an extra £5 to the price.
Yeah, but you're spending £80 to buy a tiny thing that plays games you've probably already played. So let's be honest, if you're doing that, money is probably not a great concern, and if it's not, it probably should be. That said, I do want to buy one. I will say that right now.
I kind of want one as well, Pat.
I'll say, if you're using a USB to power adapter, then make sure you're not using the Samsung fast charger things, because I charged my PlayStation 4 controllers with those.
And let me guess, right, so hang on, I'm going to guess this, right?
I was
going to say it's a Samsung product. Does something burst into flame?
Nothing burst into flames, but basically the controllers overcharged the batteries and they no longer work.
Yeah, you shouldn't charge your PS4 controllers through plugs, basically.
I did not know this. I know this now.
Yeah.
Having to spend £100 on 2 new controllers at the time.
Yeah, it's not good.
Ooh.
Yeah. Anyway, so there's a list of games for the Super Nintendo Mini, and weirdly, we got a bunch of them right.
Yay!
So in the full list, there are Contra 3, The Alien Wars. We did say a Contra game. I don't know if it was that one. Donkey Kong Country. We said that. Earthbound. We said that. Damn it, Dan!
Entropy Challenge!
Stop adding things to the list.
It wasn't me.
Final Fantasy 3. We said that. F-Zero. We said that. Kirby Superstar and Kirby's Dream Course. We didn't say those.
Who dis?
No, okay.
Who dis? You phone, who dis? The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past, we said that. Mega Man X, we said that.
Best game ever.
Mana, we said that. Star Fox, we said. I think, if I remember correctly, because I haven't listened back to the tail of the tape, but I believe Dan suggested Star Fox 2.
Hell yeah, I did.
I might be wrong if one of the listeners wants to shout at me in the forums if that's the case.
Hell yeah, I did.
Street Fighter 2 Turbo Hyper Fighting.
We may have got the flavour of Street Fighter 2 slightly wrong.
Yeah.
I said Street Fighter 2.
Oh, I thought it would be Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo Hyper Fighting Champion Edition DH Super Plus Mega.
Well, you were wrong, Dan.
You were wrong, Dan, because that doesn't exist.
There's also Entropy Challenge 2, Entropy Boogaloo, Heat Death of the Universe.
Super Castlevania 4, we said that as well. Super Ghosts and Ghouls, I don't think we said that.
Ghosts and Ghouls? What is Ghosts and Ghouls?
Ghouls and Ghosts.
Ghouls and Ghosts.
Sorry, it's because it's either Ghouls and Ghosts or Ghosts and Goblins, and I always get mixed up. So, hey.
Who dat?
God damn it, stop it. Can't help but do it back. Super Mario Kart, we got that right. Super Mario RPG, we got that right. Stop writing Entropy Challenge!
You wrote it in there. It's Entropy Challenge 3, Entropy Harder.
Super Mario World, which I think I said I wanted Super Mario World and Super Mario All-Stars, but hey, that will do.
Super Metroid, we said, no?
Super Metroid, we got that right. Super Punch-Out, Dan said, and I believe I laughed at him because I said it was crap. I'm not reading that one. And Yoshi's Island, which we didn't say.
Excellent.
Well, who saw Yoshi's Island coming in?
Mm-hmm.
Yoshi did, because he lives on it.
Lots of people complained about the games that weren't there. We did say Mario All-Stars probably wouldn't be, didn't we, I think?
But why?
Because it's multiple games in one.
It's like the first HD re-release. It's brilliant.
But the other thing is as well, now, being a successor to the NES Mini, of course, no one's got any bloody stock. And apparently Argos have already sold out of all of their pre-order allocation, and this bloody thing's coming out in
7 of them!
In an hour, basically.
In an hour, and this is coming out in September. And I just went to the Argos website. And it told me, and I refused to believe the internet would lie to me, it told me
that you're squandering your PhD.
that I'm wasting my life. I should rethink my priorities. And that, also, more than 100 people were looking at the SNES Mini at that very second in time.
I'm looking at a picture of it. Does that count?
Yeah, it depends what you're doing while you're looking at that picture of it.
You don't want to know.
I am fondling...
Ding.
Gurking. That's what I'm doing. I'm rubbing Terra Masalata all over my...
Let's get slightly back to the point. Yeah.
I mean, Nintendo did sell, 2.3 million of the NES Mini, I think, was it? It was something phenomenally... I mean, surely they're going to have...
Yes, they did.
Hey!
Jeez.
That's the funniest thing you've said.
They'll have to have ramped up production.
Hey, do you know what the best selling console was in Scotland last year? The Loch Ness Mini Monster.
Oh God,
that's terrible. You did a genuinely funny joke with one hand you give and with the other you take.
Anyway, can we talk about the fact that within a matter of hours, Game went from saying, "Oh yeah, you put down a £10 deposit for your NES Mini" to, "Oh yeah, it's £50 now."
Yeah, now capitalism.
£50.
Also, don't forget the £25 security deposit and then the £50 insurance on it.
Oh yeah, don't forget that. But no, there's only that. It was £50 and you had to sign up for a game card, and they were probably going to try and badger you. While you were there, it was probably, would you fancy joining Game Elite so you can give call in exchange for £12 a year or whatever? And you're like, yeah, that sounds great. Yeah.
Tell you what, I'm going to go on eBay and see how much scalpers are selling them for already.
Oh yeah, they're already like double the price and then some, basically within hours.
Yep, £133.
Yeah.
It's almost like people are just
yes, it is.
Guaranteed. Pre-order sold out. Blah blah blah. £293.53, and then £58 postage.
58 quid. Are they hand delivering it to me from a private jet? I mean, what?
I don't know. Jesus, dear God, the world's gone mad. This is why we can't have nice things.
Anyway, if you're one of those people who has bought a SNES Mini and put it on eBay, you are a bad person.
Yeah, you're a bad person.
That's PSA, you are a bad person.
I've been campaigning this for ages, for years, in fact. I don't think eBay should sell things that have just come out and are, within, especially games consoles. I don't think they should be able to sell them within 3 months of their initial launch, basically, kind of thing.
Yeah, but they do get like 7.5% commission on everything they sell, so they're well happy about this, mate.
I know, exactly, and they profit off the situation, so they have no interest in ending it happen. And
You've
you
just
can't really
described
stop
capitalism.
people from doing it.
Congratulations,
I
have
know,
a biscuit.
but it's just a bit crappy.
If
But
you remember the thing, because they've got the whole algorithm that they send out the tweets and Facebook updates and stuff, and they go, "Hey, are you having trouble getting a SNES Mini? Then make sure to buy one off of eBay. We've got loads of them." And they did this with the Golden Mario amiibo, which was a £9 amiibo, and they went, "Hey, can't get the Gold Mario amiibo? Don't worry, we got loads." And you clicked on it, and it went like £900.
Well, I would kind of like to hear them trying to translate those messages into voice things, because it'd be like a really kind of crap vocal thing, wouldn't it? "Hi, we see you want to buy SNES Mini. Why don't you come to eBay so you can buy a SNES Mini?" Is what it would be. That's all these bloody Google AdWords nonsense things are, anyway.
You have won
Thanks,
a
Google.
massive yacht.
Also, I think that was maybe somewhere between 6 and 8 minutes, I think, between Nintendo topic and Amiibo.
Shut up. I'm talking about Amiibo for ages. Leave me alone.
I still can't believe the Loch Ness Mini Monster joke didn't get more love.
Jesus
upset about that.
Christ, man.
I thought it was a good pun. I really did. I was well chuffed with that pun.
Wait, what's that, Kev? Get off the boat, man! Alright, right you are, my friend. On we go.
So anyways, part of a special birthday treat for, well, us, a number of people have been kind enough to send in some little Vox Pops voice messages, if you will. And thank you if you did send some in. And, we're very humbled to be able to play them right here, right now. So, Coleman, press the entropy button.
Hey guys, the Unflushable here. Last week, Coleman asked me what my favourite BRB UK moment was, and it is definitely, without doubt, the Juggernauts episode that was so funny.
Will you look at that girl's Juggernog?
Oi, Bob, look at the Juggernauts on that, mate.
You want a litre of Juggernog? I can get you a litre of Juggernog. They sell it down Tesco.
Juggernog.
It's actually quite a satisfying word to say, Juggernog.
Yeah.
You could fit it into anything. You'd be like, "Oh mate, last night I was so Juggernog. It was fun."
Why did you sound all Sloane Ranger then? That was very bizarre. Tarquin. One got so ruddy Juggernog last night.
Yeah, exactly. It fits perfectly.
Doc, I've just come back from this holiday from Thailand. I've got a f***ing great Juggernog growing on my... See, it fits in there as well.
The referee's a Juggernog.
Yeah, it's a brilliant word.
But my other, possibly more important favourite moment was meeting tons of awesome people through the community, like Cloudstyle Gamer, and Dearmit, and Rolly, and Joe, who I met via Cloudstyle Gamer, and Sean, who I met via Dearmit, and Bleezy, and Coobs, and Alex, and Ollie, and tons of other awesome people. So congrats on 250, keep up the good work, booyah!
Hi guys, my name's Sikander. I've been listening since the Sarcastic Gamer days, and I just wanted to wish a happy 250th episode to you all. Thank God Tim doesn't have to make those 2-for-1 jokes anymore. That's just going to be better for everybody in the long run. I have to say my favourite moment for probably one of the most recent episodes was in episode 218, just after the guys completed their Afterlife 24-hour playthroughs, and Dan and Coleman's description of their experience with Bleezy and the case of the missing sock had me on the floor laughing. That was ridiculously hilarious.
There was some tears and some jeers and some laughter and some fun to be had by all. Bleezy lost his sock. It was great.
Yeah.
How'd you lose a sock while playing online?
Tim, exactly. We had to put everything on hold for 10 minutes while Bleezy looked for his sock, which ended up being in his pocket.
Yeah.
What?
No, you didn't let me set that up properly. That was the best bit, because we were playing, and I was like, okay, let's go.
Don't try and explain more, it'll make even less sense.
My foot's cold.
Yeah, we're like in between sections in Destiny, so we just sort of stop it. He's like, "Oh, hold up." Right, I'll do my Bleezy voice.
Oh, Bleezy.
No, not that one. He's like, hold on, guys, hold on. I've lost my sock. And it goes quiet, and everyone starts laughing. Like, how did you lose your sock? He's like, I don't know. Get another sock on. Or something. Are you wearing them both on the same foot? Goes,
that was my first suggestion. That was my suggestion.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. My foot's getting cold. And then eventually he went off. He genuinely went off, and we were all making
looking for a sock.
Where's his socks? He's trying to find new socks to replace his missing sock.
Well,
and he came back like, "You got your socks sorted out?" Goes, "It's in my pocket."
But the best bit was he was really upset because his sock had a reindeer on the front of it. Oh, but I've got a reindeer on.
Wasn't this only like 6 hours into the night as well?
I don't even think it was that far, mate. I really don't. I don't even think it was 6 hours in. I think it was like 6 minutes in.
It was a thing of beauty.
There's many other moments that I just can't think of, from previous episodes. But I love what you guys do. The podcast is amazing, and I just hope you guys can keep it up. And a happy 250th.
Hi, my name's Evo, aka Stealthy Joe. Just wanted to say happy 250th BRB UK podcast. Been awesome to listen to you for many, many years. Really happy that you guys been around for so long, and I hope you have another 250. Just wanted to say a couple of things. Tim at E3, Juggernauts, and recently there are eagles in the sky.
So, I think that's pretty much it. I have been Dan.
I might have been Tim.
I have been Coleman with a soundboard.
Uh-oh. Eagles.
No. That's just Coleman just teetering on the edge of his chair. That's about as close to an assassin as he's ever going to
Did you
get.
hear Tim slightly fade away because he was looking up at the sky for eagles?
You guys take care. See you around.
Hi guys, Will Driver at Will Driver 93 here. Congratulations on episode 250. When Coleman asked for my favourite moment, it took a while. From Tiny Earl of the John Brady era,
tinyearl.com.
Tiny Earl.
to Juggernauts.
It's actually quite a satisfying word to say, Juggernog.
From the Terra Masalata and Moist to Rise Talk, Destiny Talk, Amiibo Watch. You guys are hours of entertainment, but I think out of all of it, the thing that I remember most is Dan's crazy dream where he gets his Amiibo stolen by Coleman.
Can I say something?
Go for it.
I had a weird dream last night.
Oh, God.
I had a weird dream last night, okay. It involved Reggie Fils-Aimé.
Reggie Fils was with me.
Reggie Hamburger.
Was his body ready for you?
Well,
was it one of those kind
he
of
was
dreams?
ready to give my body something, and he gave me a special edition, one-of-a-kind 3DS, new 3DS.
What did you have to do?
Which had an exclusive amiibo that no one else would ever have, and then you just appeared and punched me in the face, and then I woke up.
I like
Good
that.
dream.
Yeah, it was a weird dream.
Received one-of-a-kind amiibo from Reggie Fils-Aimé. A wild Coleman appears.
It's super effective.
Thanks for the hours of enjoyment, the beers down the pub, and here's to 250 more episodes.
Hi Dan, Tim, Coleman. It's Dan here, Gamertag Stigmata with a Y. Congratulations on episode 250, it's awesome work. I've got plenty of favourite moments. Honourable shout out to DJ McScrubble.
Yo, it's your boy!
But by far, my standout moment has to be the beginning of episode 208. You have Kev as a guest, so Coleman tries to make him feel at home with a Pac-Man polar bear intro.
What's going on, everybody?
Sounds like Yogi Bear, as you'd have to, which prompts you to point out that
Tim is a little bit like Boo Boo, thinking about it.
To which Tim says,
What? How am I a boo-boo?
And Coleman tells him, well...
Naked with a bow tie.
To which Tim responds,
I mean, you're a boob. I don't know about
I've never worn a
boo-boo.
bow tie in my life.
which really tickled me for some reason. So like I say, congratulations on 250 episodes, and here's to 250 more. Cheers, guys.
Hi guys, it's Mark here. Happy 250th. You're doing well. There's been some great episodes over the years and it's always entertaining. Keep up the good work. Favourite BRB UK moments, listening to what happened over Extra Life, always amusing.
We did do one big red raid. We did the Vault of Glass, which was approximately 4,000% more painful than I was expecting.
My first raid.
Then we attempted King's Fall.
I thought we did all right. All things considering.
What do you mean by all right?
Well, we killed one of the three bosses, but it almost broke me. Seriously, it almost turned into an intervention to stop me playing Destiny. It was that bad.
It was actually a group intervention.
I felt like I was a bloody school teacher trying to herd a bunch of ADHD, non-Ritalined up 3-year-olds on the tube in London in the middle of rush hour, is how I would describe it.
Did you have them all in pairs? Now, Dave,
No, so I almost
you
did.
still holding hands?
No, seriously, some bits I did. And I even found myself uttering, "It's your own time you're wasting."
Oh yeah, I remember that bit.
And of course, I still laugh to this day every time I hear you dance it. Tiramisalada. So thank you very much for all those years of entertainment and keep it up.
Hi, I'm Richard Kirk, or Ricardo Kirkasone, or Ricardilio Kirkasonlio, or whatever you called me for most of 2016, and I want to say a big congratulations to you all for reaching 250 Big Red Barrel UK podcasts. I think for me, the most iconic Big Red Barrel UK moment has to be Tim's attempt to review a game called Pure Pool, which was playing pool, while Dan did his level best to sabotage it by pointing out that it was just playing pool. I think Dan managed to add about 5 minutes to what was already a slightly too long review.
Pure pool snooker.
It's not pool. Snooker is not pool.
I know it's now been cut with snooker, so it's no longer pure. Lower street value.
But I don't get how difficult this was to make. Because surely all you're doing is just tweaking the same game engine. The balls are still round. You still hit the balls with a stick and other balls. Things bounce, but it's only slightly different scoring rules. I know, obviously, you've got to go the order in which you do.
The scoring rules. It's also the AI, which is something I'll come on to in a sec. But then
I have a question.
Yes.
Why didn't they call it Pure Snooker? Because that's far less confusing.
Because it's DLC for Pure Pool, so you can kind of understand it. I know the name sounds stupid. But
that's because it is stupid,
kind
Timothy.
of makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have 2 questions.
Yes.
1, how much is it?
I'm not certain. I got a review thing.
Good journalism.
But
Number 2.
I did check it before. I just don't want to quote it on what's the name. I remember seeing it and going, yeah, that's okay for what it is, kind of thing.
Is it worth picking up, though?
Yes and no. They've done some nice touches. The whole thing takes place in like a bar type setup, and it goes off to a different room where you're playing snooker type thing.
The gentleman's club and the VIP room. You're not those ruffians playing pool. That's snooker for chumps.
There's 2 things that I found a little bit off with it, and it took me a little while to put my finger on a couple of them. But
games of pool are generally a lot quicker, aren't they?
Yeah, and there's that as well. Yeah.
Unless you're playing Big Break.
Yeah.
I mean,
because they run around the table.
Without saying the obvious thing, like it. If you like snooker, you should pick it up. That's kind of obvious, but it's a very well done simulation, and it's exactly that, a simulation of snooker.
So, congratulations, and here's to 250 more. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, it's your boy Ian Cranium, wishing you guys a happy 250th episode. So my claim to fame with Big Red Barrel is probably being one of the first people on the forums of the website, and almost being one of the first people to get banned from the forums and the website by Dan. Coleman asked us to record our favourite moments, and I have to say, one of my favourite moments is probably turning off the lights, hopping into a steaming hot shower, getting very moist, and letting Dan's dulcet tones lull me into a false sense of security. But in all seriousness, I think over the last 250 episodes, there's no one moment. Listening to you guys every single week, it's just the quality and consistency of the show that is so good. It's just letting us into your lives a little bit. I'm going to get all mushy now. I'm going to go all Tim on the podcast. The highlights is when Tim got married, and then the rise of Geek Speak and the girls on Geek Speak, and the creation of Tabletop Tuesday. All these things is what makes the show as great as it is. And I think if one person is absent from the show, if Dan's away, it's less of a show. But I think it's one of the best podcasts out there, which is why I keep listening to it. It's not just a gaming podcast, it's a community podcast. It's a funny podcast. It's hilarious. I hope you guys do another 250 podcasts, and I look forward to hearing what comes next for you guys and for the show as well. So congratulations from Australia.
So, chaps.
Just say thank you very much for the listener messages. Nice.
That's what I was going to say.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you.
Thank you for making me sound like a complete arsehole, Tim.
That's fine. I'm glad I did it for you this time.
Yeah, thanks, mate. That's great. Thanks, buddy. Anyway,
I can take that burden off you.
Anyway, yeah, thanks to the listeners that sent all the messages. I put out the call a couple of weeks ago asking for everyone's...
The twat signal.
That's a bit harsh for our listeners.
No,
Dan
it was yours.
love you, listeners. All come to me. Anyway,
to the twat cave.
I asked for messages and their favourite moments of the show, which most people did provide, and that was really cool. We actually got too many messages, so thanks for the people that got aired, and thanks to the people that didn't get aired. But Yeah, brilliant. Thanks, guys.
No, but thank you ever so much, every single one of you. Joking aside, we're always very humbled by how many of you actually listen to this show on a regular basis.
I'm surprised by how many people listen on a regular basis.
which essentially is just three semi-middle-aged blokes burbling utter nonsense into a microphone.
At least one's been a millennial for most of the time.
Yeah, I know this is true. But he's always been a millennial, Tim.
Well, but we've changed millennials.
No, we haven't.
Yes, we did.
This podcast is not responsible for societal change.
That's an older millennial.
An older millennial?
Older in terms of podcast.
Older
millennial.
Jesus.
Who the in Christ are you calling older?
Don't get your bloody mung beans in a twist, Brady.
Older!
John, is one of your favourite bits about being a hipster that you get to wear tartan all the time?
That's about Scottish, not hipster.
I'm actually wearing a plaid shirt.
Yes! Is it plaid tartan?
Come on!
It's yeah, kind of, I suppose. I don't know. It's just a shirt.
Lovely, lovely, lovely.
Anyway,
what we done played?
What we done played? Yes. Well, I actually picked up the new Diablo 3 expansion pack for the princely sum of £13 from the PSN place with Shoppery.
What do you get for £13 on the PS?
Well,
place
for £13, well, there's also been a massive patch that's just been released for Diablo 3 as well.
Massive patch.
Massive patch.
Massive patch.
Massive patch.
Sound like my old head teacher, John. Massive patch. Hey.
What is going on?
Broken Brady.
Oh, God.
I think he tried to do a booming voice and he sounded like a geriatric 90-year-old. Or Wheezing from the Pokemon anime.
Oh, Brady.
This is a really weird episode.
This is very, very strange.
Sorry, listeners. For the people that complain about us talking over each other and stuff, this is not the right episode.
Nope.
Yeah, inviting another person in doesn't help that.
Welcome to hell. Or entropy, as I like to call it.
Oh, right,
So,
I'm back.
Diablo 3.
Yes, they have released a new patch. Which has done a load
Massive
of fixing.
patch.
A massive patch. It's done some fixing. If you
Oh, it's a massive patch.
Oh.
I thought we were going to get past that time.
How big is this patch?
It's considerably sized.
I was smoking 40 a day, and the doctor recommended that I had some kind of treatment. I said, what treatment, doctor? He goes, well, considering the amount of fags you're smoking a day, I'm going to prescribe to you a massive patch. Ooh.
My throat
we need
hurts
to get
from
out
laughing.
more.
Can we get past the massive patch?
We can get, but so Diablo have got new expansion. Is that all right? Is that a safe word?
Yep.
Is that a safe
How
word?
big
We've got
was
an
the
expansion.
It's pretty big, Dan. Pretty big.
It's a sizable expansion. It's a max expansion, is what it is.
Ah, I see what you did.
So anyway, as
That
part of
sounds
this,
like
if you part, for God's sakes, Brady, Christ Almighty!
You maxi punch gives me all the confidence I need as a woman.
So in this new patch, you get to run down a beach without a care in the world, flying a kite with a Labrador. That's
I'm
what
on a zip wire.
So yeah, anyway, I played it. It's all right. Next question. Next topic.
Right, we'll come back. What does this?
No, we're not going to get anywhere. We're not going to get anywhere. I know.
Another brilliant piece of gaming journalism there.
Is it worth 30 quid? Yeah, probably. You get a new character. You get a Necromancer who I've named Chuckles.
Yep.
That's about it, really.
Chuckles?
Chuckles the Necromancer.
How is the Necromancer?
Is he really called Chuckles?
No. I mean, you can name your own character. I decided to call mine Chuckles.
Right, okay. That sounds very necromancery.
He spends his entire life just muttering that I need a corpse to do that, which is quite unsettling. It is quite unsettling. Anyway, so he's a brand new character. He's a bit of a mix
in more ways than one, basically.
He does like dead things. He likes to wander around with dead things and make dead things come out of the ground.
Good.
He's a really fun character to play. It's worth the £13 probably. There's a whole load of new game modes in there as well, where you get to. It's like a challenge mode where it's like everyone plays the same character with exactly the same kit and goes through exactly the same dungeon. You just got to do basically a time attack on it. So all kinds of fun new stuff. I will play it a bit more and then we can talk about it next week when Brady isn't here.
Okay.
Years of revenge.
Yep.
I've missed that in somewhere in the conversation. Like, is it a patch that costs money?
Yes.
I'm not asking about the size of the patch again.
No. The balancing bit of the patch is free. That's for everybody.
That's good.
Good.
But if you want to upgrade to the maxi patch with wings, you need to pay £13.
Wings make it more comfortable, I hear.
They do. Make it stay right in
It
there.
kind of ruins that Westlife song.
It does.
Without wings.
Whoa!
It's not as comfortable.
You went there
when you're cycling in the park.
In your hot pants.
This is a subject we should not necessarily be
Labrador in tow.
completely qualified to discuss. Why do you always go there, Dan? I knew we wouldn't get through this without you singing
Necromancer.
Raising dead for you.
Nice, Coleman. Nice. Anyway, that's that. My opinions on that completely ruined. It's the thing. Go look at it if you like it. I don't care.
Would you recommend it?
Yes.
For £13.
I might wait for it to come down in price a little bit. They don't do a bundle with Reaper of Souls and Rise of the Necromancer in just yet, so you'll end up paying about £45. I'd probably wait a couple of months until you can get all of it bundled into one Ultra Patch.
Ultra Patch.
How massive would that patch
Ultra
be?
Patch!
You would actually need to get 15 smokers back to back to apply the patch. That's how massive the patch would be. It would span multiple smokers.
It just sounds like a massive plaster now.
Tim, what have you been playing on your Ouya?
I have been playing the paperweight game.
I actually used your Ouya yesterday because the door kept opening, so I put the Ouya in front to stop it.
That's probably the best use it's had all year. Anyway, but yeah, I haven't actually played much this week, but we didn't get to talk about everything that I'd played previously, basically. But yeah, what do you want to hear first?
Hang on, I'm just going to get another drink.
VR game or driving game?
Dirt 4. Talk about Dirt 4.
Okay,
We want to hear about the
let's
dirt.
go with the Dirt 4. Yeah, like, I don't know how, like, from what Dan said last week, I'm guessing this wasn't necessarily as well received as I received it, and I could possibly understand some reasons why, but yeah, I really like this. It's a while since
Did you have Dirt Rally beforehand?
Well, yeah, I did, and that's full-on sim, and I only picked it up, I picked it up actually quite recently because they did a really good deal where it was like £20 with all the DLC and the VR content.
Oh,
so
nice.
I picked it up for that, basically. And I played a bit of it, and I was like, yeah, this is a really well-made game that's really not quite made for me, type of thing.
You need a steering wheel for Dirt Rally, really, don't you?
No, because I'm useless with a steering wheel. I'm better off on a controller than I am with a steering wheel. I've got more practice in doing that. I'm surprised you don't remember from Scottish Car Show that was the case, John. Anyway, but
this was years ago.
Yeah, still. Yeah, more on that another time. But anyway, but yeah, this Dirt 4, for anyone that doesn't know, is a bit more, maybe not quite enough, but is a bit more of an arcadey kind of take on the thing, a bit less full simulation than the Dirt Rally is. So
is it a bit like Dirt 3?
Well, yes.
And Dirt 2?
Yes.
And
also Dirt.
Exactly. But that's why I said, for anyone not familiar with the series, that's how it kind of goes with these games.
All right, you got it. So it's a bit more classic Dirt, I suppose. A bit more of that arcadey to try and draw people in, I guess.
Yes and no, yeah. For me, this is a very well-made rally game, but even in the most arcadey of settings and keeping it, like, not easy, but keeping it on the the easier difficulty settings type things, the more medium type settings. Yeah, it's still on the tough end of the scale. Well, not super tough, but it's just for me, anything that's a rally game where you have to be fully on it and fully concentrated for the whole time you're racing, especially in the longer 5+ minute races type thing, where any little tiny knock can literally completely wreck your car, kind of thing. You know what I mean? And it takes a bit more trial and error than I'd possibly like to get through some of the levels, possibly. But generally, in terms of presentation and the way it does things, and just I don't know if this was the case. It's a while since I played a rally game apart from messing around with a bit of Dirt Rally in VR. But just an odd thing. At the end of the race, you don't just peg it past the line like you used to, basically, or like I have done in every other rally game since time. And you basically, once you cross the finish line, you have to go slowly up to the kind of adjudicator at the end and park up within a sort of time limit as well, basically. And there's no massive penalty if you don't. It's just kind of nice that they've added that kind of little touch of realism at the end, kind of thing.
Or you don't know where the start button is in the controller, and you just need to quit out at the end of the race, mate. That might be it.
They've pulled flashbacks from this as well, haven't they? You don't have the flashbacks thing anymore that they've had for years and years.
That's one of the things that, for me, makes it a little bit too much like a trial and error thing and a bit less arcadey, because for me that just means that the pressure's off and I can really race. The only thing I've found with that is that I tend to not necessarily, overuse it to some extent, especially on the more difficult tracks type thing. Rather than learning the track, I would just rewind, do that again, do that a bit better. Oh, I'll get that corner perfect. And it became a bit much of a rewind to get every corner perfect type thing sometimes. And I can kind of understand taking it away, but at the same time, it's really annoying when you're halfway through quite a long race that's the third of 3 races, and there can be quite long events and stuff like that. So just wrecking on one event, even though you can restart separately, it's still you can't just go, oh, I'll limp in and it'll be okay type thing, especially as the damage carries over into the next race and stuff, basically. And I didn't always get my car fully repaired before the next race, basically. But yeah, as I said, overall from a presentation standpoint and how they kind of break up the different races, there are kind of 4 main categories where it's just kind of straight rally racing, the rally cross stuff, some more off-road type stuff, and then classic rally type events. And it's broken up into those 4 main categories, but within those categories you don't necessarily have to do get a gold on every event to advance. You could just do 3 out of the 4 events possibly, and that would probably be enough to get you through to the next stage. Not always the case, but generally the case that you don't have to do everything to keep on progressing through the different events. And there's a nice variety there between what's there. I mean, you can drop out of the rally and go for the rally cross stuff, and I guess you guys all know because you've played rally games, but there is quite a difference between playing an actual rally event where you've got a co-driver calling stuff out to you and then just playing a straight up race. It does play, reasonably differently type of thing. Obviously it's mechanically the same and everything, but yeah, and I kind of enjoyed that. There's also another thing that I don't know if it'll be to everyone's taste, but I quite liked was
Marmite.
No, that's not something you generally find in video games, because doesn't matter if you love it or hate it if you can't taste it, really. But no, basically they have a whole kind of management level to it. You're kind of managing the people in your garage, who you're hiring, your chief mechanic and all your pit crew, and your different advertisers and sponsors and all that type of stuff. And I don't know if you could get through without ignoring it. I don't think you can, because you really need to be kind of getting the money coming in through your sponsors and doing all that stuff. So if that doesn't really appeal to you, then maybe that's something that they, might not necessarily appeal to you again. But I really quite liked the structure of that and how that worked, and kind of balancing and management, that type thing. It felt in keeping with the structure of the game, but not something I'd necessarily done before in that kind of environment. So yeah, it felt like it was a nice fresh addition to it, basically. So yeah, I quite liked it.
I mean, it almost sounds like reading some of the reviews of the game online, that it almost doesn't know if it wants to be arcadey or a bit more sim-like, and doesn't really give you the ability to tailor the experience like, say, for example, Forza does.
Yeah, it's not...
Have we got that Project Cars problem again? Because I thought Project Cars had a bit of that issue as well.
Yeah, and it's right, for me, Project Cars is a bit more akin to Dirt Rally, and this isn't quite to that level, but it's also not quite skewed enough towards the arcadey, not even towards the arcadey feel, but towards having arcadey options and possibly, a bit more arcadey driving. I don't mind that so much, and it depends, how insane you are with how much level of realism you want, stuff like that. And this does feel like it scales all the way to realistic quite easily, but not quite far enough towards arcade. But, as I said, I still had a reasonably good time with it and really like the structure of the game and how it works and how it drives, basically. So, yeah.
Good.
Generally
you like it when the cars go vroom vroom honk honk.
Vroom, vroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, and as I said, it's got a few really nice touches that just kind of make you think that it's a labour of love and an appreciated game, at least, kind of thing. Right? Anyway, I always like those kind of touches.
Well, good. Well done, Timothy. Way to play the thing.
Yes. And on to the next, because I did get to play a bit of Mortal Blitz as well. Mortal Blitz, which has actually been out in other regions. I don't know if it was necessarily out in the States, or I just saw American gamers playing it from having picked it up from the Far East somewhere. I'm not sure if it was Japan. I think it was somewhere random, like somewhere else. Anyway. But basically, this one's definitely been out for a while in other places, but I was kind of looking forward to it coming out here. It's very much Time Crisis with a bit more dodging, and I'm quite happy with that, basically. It's not exactly a highly polished, in terms of, cutscenes and other bits and bobs and stuff that goes around it, but the actual basic mechanics of the shooting style of the game work reasonably well and stuff. It's got the kind of teleporting mechanic, which works in some games better than others, and I don't generally like it, but I find it okay in this, because you're kind of teleporting from one bit of cover to another and then shooting there. And there does seem that there's a few more examples of this style of game on the kind of other VR headsets at the moment, but there isn't too many of them. There's getting to be a few more of them these days, but they're kind of... It's not quite wave-based, but it's almost like that. As I said, Time Crisis is a really good analogy for this, because it's like moving to a different point in cover, and then, but the only difference is, instead of hitting a pedal to duck down, you're physically ducking down and ducking behind things, but that also means that you can move your arms over and above the thing that you're hiding behind to blind fire at people.
Or as the kids like to say, put your hands in the air like you just don't care.
Indeed. Except for we're not partying, we're shooting generally robots and stuff in the face.
And it's not that sounds more enjoyable, to be fair.
And you can dual wield two different weapons, pistols and other bits and bobs, but then you can also be shooting with one hand and have one hand that can then it pops people into the air. It's kind of, I don't know, some MacGuffin that's given you magic skills, basically, but in the future. But it basically allows you to, if you get someone dazed by shooting them, which, is the perfect way to daze someone. But anyway, it's robots, so okay, so that kind of makes more sense. But anyway, if you get them dazed, you can pop them up in the air and then shoot them up in the air, and that gets a bonus. And the more you do that, the more kind of bonus stuff you get. So there's a bit of a risk reward for doing that, and you generally seem to get more reward out of them for doing it. And then you're picking up other weapons from the environment and blasting away, and it's becomes a game of ducking in and out of cover and then switching the weapons you have in your hand with what you can find around you in the environment between grenades and other weapons, and using them as you go and shooting things. And it's levels seem to get longer as they go, and I'm not sure how big the game is yet because I haven't quite finished it, but generally it seems, as I said, if you're a fan of like Time Crisis and stuff like that, it's definitely something that I think will appeal to you, and something that I've enjoyed so far, basically. So I quite like that. It's quite good.
Splendid.
Quite like that. It's quite
like it. It is quite.
I quite like it. It's quite good. It's all right.
That's all right. Also, not too expensive. So
How much is not too expensive, Timothy?
I think it was around £14.
£40?
14.
£14? That's very reasonable.
Yes.
4.
I could be
How
wrong.
much is that in Scottish money?
£8 billion.
No, it didn't quite go where I thought you were going to go for, but never mind. Boon, there we go.
Massive booned.
Oh my god, why is there a game on Steam called Shower with Your Dad Simulator 2015?
Oh, you never played Shower with Your Dad Simulator? It's brilliant.
No.
What?
I'm not even going to tell you because I'll ruin the surprise. Just play the
Oh
game.
god, there's
it's brilliant.
pixelated ding-dongs.
Yeah, play it. It's great.
No.
What the hell? I'm not sure that's something you should be...
Oh god, you get penalised for showering with the wrong dad.
Yeah. It's not what you think, right? It all opens up. It's very cool. You got to check it out.
Is that what you've been playing this week?
No, that game came out like a year or two ago. It's a good game.
It's a good game. Shower with Your Dad Simulator is a good game. You heard it here
don't
first.
knock it till you've tried it.
Don't judge a dad by its cover or something.
Shower your dad. That's your dad.
A grade.
That's all I got.
That's all the racism you
Although
can
I
cram
do
into
like
one
the
cover.
inspirational quote on the Steam page, which is, do you know how many apples grow on trees, son? All of them. It's a thinker. It's a thinker right there. On line with entropy, that is.
Just for the record, it's £16, but it's still a good deal at that price. Mortal Blitz.
16
Blitz. And that was on PSVR, but I think it is already on other things, possibly. But yeah.
What, Shower with Your Dad Simulators on PSVR?
No, god damn it, no.
Oh, God. Anyway.
Does it come with a photo upload feature?
Oh, God.
Now in 3D. I've been playing a game, but I'm not going to bother talking about it this week.
We've gone on for quite some time. We probably would think about wrapping the show up at some point.
I've played nothing new either, so that's fine.
I want to hear about Euro Truck Simulator, Alien Isolation, PES 2017, and some other old games now.
What?
That's what I want to hear about.
I want to hear about Euro Truck Simulator. That's
I do actually really like Euro Truck Simulator.
I want to hear about
in
the donuts.
VR.
I've never played it before. It would be good in VR.
It is good in VR.
Oh.
Do you know what? I woke up, I think it was about this time...
In a truck?
No, I think it was about Saturday morning. I woke up at about, 2:30 in the morning. I've had really bad hay fever the last week or so, whatever, right?
It's actually called insomnia, what you're describing, John.
And I got up and I just stuck on my laptop and I was just going through Twitter and everyone was talking about the Steam summer sale and I thought I'd go and have a look at it. And Euro Truck Simulator 2 was on there for £3.74, and I thought, you know what, it's 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm not doing anything else, and next thing I knew, it was 8 in the morning.
And you've been driving all night, trying to get cross country.
I know in the past, when I was on the lot of time, we'd constantly take the piss out of these simulator games, but there is something really involving in them. It's always like when you go back to like when you're a kid and you're like, I want to be a farmer and an astronaut and a policeman and a chef, and I'm going to do all of them, and I'm going to be in a band, and it'll be great. But of course, that never happens. You end up doing a 9 to 5 in an office. But in your head, every single, there's still that little, when you see a lorry driver, you're like, I wonder what it's like being a lorry driver.
No,
or like,
my thought was, I wonder how bad it smells in that cab. That's what I usually think.
Well, you've lost your sense of wonder or whatever. I don't know.
Do you play for immersion? Do you stick your one arm under a tanning lamp and take loads and loads of Pro Plus and eat sausage rolls at your chair?
Whereas, I jumped in and it goes, where do you want to set up? And Glasgow was there, and I thought, yeah, I'll go to Glasgow. And it's got like a remotely slight approximation of Glasgow. And you're like, that's remotely approximately great.
So you should do Glasgow to London, is that what you're saying?
You could do Glasgow to London, you could do Glasgow to, Aberdeen, you can go to,
Glasgow to
Croydon, Southampton, Newcastle, some places in France.
I was about to say, can you get a
elsewhere. Boat? You can get a boat. But it's just the fact you sit in the cabin and there's a button for it's all the really stupid things that you know are really sad, but you're quite happy you can do them. Like, you can choose whether or not it's like high beam or low beam lights. You can do the indicators. You can do what I did by accident and detach the trailer while driving, but that's not recommended.
Yeah, I was going to ask, have you caused any massive pile-ups on the M4 yet?
Not yet, no. But even it's really sad. There's speed cameras and average speed cameras and police cars that drive by, and you've got to be like, I'm going to have to behave.
What happens if you go off the rails, though?
You can't go off the rails. You're in a truck. That's a train. You think, Tim?
Oh right.
Like if you
misunderstood.
clatter a lorry against anything, you get like fines just on the spot. It basically from the start it goes, oh, you're starting out as a truck driver. You can go and freelance yourself to some other companies, and they provide the lorry and the route. But obviously, you don't get as much money as you would if you were running your own truck company. So the whole idea is you build yourself up, and you get enough money to afford your own truck company,
the same
and then you
in
can start
Dirt
hiring
4.
other drivers and all that. It's basically Dirt 4 with lorries. Yeah, that's exactly it.
Do you have the Rocket League DLC for it?
For Euro Truck Simulator.
Yeah, I think it was Euro Truck
What?
or it was American Truck. I can't remember which one's which.
What?
One of them has
So
Euro Truck, has Rocket League DLC, and all it is, it's like you get a little Rocket League toy as a dash toy, and then you get the.
Oh
hanging
god,
from
it
the mirror
is Euro
type
Truck
thing.
Simulator.
Yeah, and then you get the Rocket League football as like a little dangler for the mirror.
A little dangler. Get it as a little dangler, mate.
Just like Shower with Your Dad Simulator 2015.
It's coming right at me.
Cocculus Rift.
Oh god.
Like once every couple of nights, I've just thought, you know what? I'm watching TV I don't really want to watch. I'm going to go and drive a truck, and you just stick it on for half an hour, and it's quite. I don't know. It's quite comforting in a way. You can just sit in a lorry and you set the cruise control on, and it's set up with radio inside the game, so you can stick on whatever random radio stations. If you feel like being authentic and you're driving in Germany, you can stick on some incomprehensible German radio or whatever. I don't know. There's just something really comforting about just sitting on a pretend motorway in a pretend lorry, pretending to drive a truck.
I have a
I don't
question,
know.
John, and it's not quite off topic, but it's wandering away from it. So are you all done with telling us about Euro Truck Simulator for now before I ask my question?
Yes.
Cool. Right. As you haven't been on the show for a while, I do think this is a game that would be enhanced by VR, but we haven't heard from you all. What's your opinion on VR as a more casual gamer these days? Does it interest you at all? Or
I've not even played anything VR. I can't afford to.
you should come visit.
You know what? I if I had 350 quid to hand, I would probably buy a PSVR. I'd probably upgrade Dirt Rally. I'd probably upgrade Drive Club. I'd probably grab a couple of the VR games. It's still too expensive for most people. For what you get in return at the moment, which is, a number of games you can count on your fingers and toes. There's really not that many games out there for it yet. And the ones that are there just aren't selling me all that much. Like, okay, Drive Club, sure, I would love Drive Club in VR, but I'm not going to spend 350 quid just to play Drive Club in VR and to do, like the Battlefront X-Wing mission, like a handful of
great,
times.
But you'd also like Eve Valkyrie, you'd also like Riggs, I think. You'd also
I'm just not willing to drop that amount of money, which again I don't have, on that sort of thing just yet. If by some miracle there was a £100 price cut,
that would
maybe
tempt you.
I would maybe be tempted to stick that on the Barclay card or whatever.
Other credit cards are available, ladies and gentlemen. But anyway,
I don't think it's quite there yet. I mean, for the people that have got the moolah to drop on a Vive or on a PSVR or an Oculus or whatever, by all means go for it. But for most people who have 9-to-5s that that don't get that much time to play games, whatever these days, it's just it's just not there yet. I don't know.
Okay. I'm just, as I said, interested in you as a more someone that's knowledgeable of what goes on, but kind of more casual these days, I'm guessing, in your game.
I'll be honest, I spent the last week doing nothing but driving trucks and playing Battlefront. That's
living the dream, John. Living the dream.
Living the dream.
Oh, I'm working.
Anyway, we probably need to start thinking about getting out of here, don't we, chaps?
But there's an obstruction in the way before we get there.
It's time for the Great British Debate Off. Debate.
What?
It's not a bake-off.
Damn
Did
it.
Bleezy suggest this?
Bleezy. Bleezy Boy, he did suggest us a topic for the Great British Debates.
Right.
And I thought it would be nice for Dan to take on Tim.
Okay. Right. Okay. We can do that.
Mm-hmm. The topic of debate is, should the Great British Debate be brought back?
Oh, Bleezy.
I really like this as a question. So, Tim, you will be arguing for bringing back the Great British Debate, and Dan, you will be arguing against the Great British Debate.
Gotcha.
So, Tim, ready?
Yes.
Go.
Of course it should be brought back. It's the most requested thing that we've had to bring back to the show. It gives it a nice bit of character and flavour, and we do the same show as pretty much everyone else. Okay, maybe slightly different and everything else, but this is the one thing that separates us and makes us definitely different, apart from the other thing. But this is definitely the best one of those things, so we should definitely bring it back. And as I said, most requested thing, we should listen to our audience and definitely bring it back.
Right.
Okay, Dan, you ready to argue against Mr. Tim Hibbs?
Certainly am.
Mr. Timothy Kenneth James Hibbs.
Yes, I am.
Okay. So I'm on the clock, and go!
No, it shouldn't. Talk amongst yourselves. I'm fine. Seriously. How have you been, John? All right, mate? You all right, John? It's been a while, hasn't it, buddy?
Yeah.
It's not where we shouldn't. Well, also, there's the fact that we're going to get sued by Countdown at some point for nicking their music.
Oh, yeah, because
so it's just a disaster waiting to happen. That's why we shouldn't do it.
Jeopardy
and
still
also,
going, we could swap out the music for Jeopardy. I like the Jeopardy
That's
music.
longer. That gives Tim an opportunity to speak more, and there's another
And
reason why
time.
we should... Exactly.
Stop arguing as badly as you are doing.
Yeah, see, that wasn't a good argument.
John, I reckon as we brought you back, you should be the judge.
That was rubbish, Dan. You didn't even try.
Nope. Nope.
You hesitated, deviated.
Yep. No, that's the wrong game, John. Wrong game. Wrong game.
And for making such a weak argument, it looks like you're the instrument of bringing it back, Dan. So it's on your head.
You're the instrument of your own destruction.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Wasted by your own petards.
John, who's the winner?
Tim.
Tim.
What?
Okay.
Damn it.
John decrees it. The Great British Debate is back forever.
That's it.
Oh,
it's
God.
now law.
That is a rod you've made for your own back there, Coleman. Just really is. Really is.
Oh, I know. I'm
Oh,
a glutton
you're
for
going to
punishment.
regret this so much.
So I set the show up.
Anyway, we really need to get going since we have run longer than a long thing. So, coming up on Tuesday is Tuesday, and Tim, what's happening on Tuesday?
As every Tuesday, we have another Tabletop Tuesday coming up at the Loading Bar in Dalston, and continuing our weeks, and is even more weeks now, of video game-based card and board games. As I said, it's been extended because we've got another one, possibly another two, if we can get to it, games coming up in this lineup. But basically, we're also doing a super draw where not only can you win a copy of the game just by playing it that evening, which we do every week, but we're also giving away a pile of video game related goodies at the end of the week. It's not a pile, it's more of a bag, a BigRedBarel bag, in fact. But yeah, this week's feature game is a game called Rush and Bash, and I've put it in our sort of lineup of video game themed board games because it reminds me of Mario Kart, the board game without the license. It's not entirely exact, but yeah, basically one of the closest things I've seen in a board game form to a Mario Kart style game. Or a video game racing game in general type thing. Yeah, it looks quite good fun, and kind of quick to play, and does reasonable amount of people at once. I think it's 2 to 6, I think. But yeah, looks like a good game, and you can win a copy on the night if you just come along and try it out anytime. And joining us, I think it's the 27th of June, this upcoming Tuesday. But yeah, we have a new game every week, so come down and join us whatever Tuesday
Today,
you can.
we are recording on the 29th
It would be the 4th of July.
Yeah, that's what I was putting me off. It's the 4th of July.
Yeah, Independence Day.
Oh, it's Independence Day.
So maybe, I don't know, you might want to stay at home because the aliens are coming.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. No, actually, probably be better to be in a bar. You've got more weaponry.
Will Jeff Goldblum be there?
Possibly.
Sold.
Don't want to definitely say, but all I'll say is life finds a way.
Do you reckon somewhere in America Donald Trump will be standing on the roof of a Humvee hoping that someone's going to listen to him?
No, he's on Twitter, let's be honest.
That's a good point, actually.
Yeah, with his tiny hands. Do you think he hits?
Tiny little
Do you think he hits individual key on his touchpad with his fist? Like punching his tiny
little hands.
Trump bashing. It's fun.
It's fun. Anyway, that is your lot. But we do need to say thank you to a rather lot of people this week, because a number of people were not only kind enough to leave a review, be it on... Actually, no, not on iTunes. Curse you, Apple.
Damn
what?
you! What? What's
Titchmarsh!
Titchmarsh. He's in charge of Apple, you know.
He is.
Of all apples.
Apple trees.
Yes, all of the apples, he's in charge of them, because yes. That's exactly right, Tim. Anyway, we're going to say thank you to people who swung by the forums and also said hello to us on Twitter and Facebook, but also to people who left us some lovely messages as well. So, from the forums, I'd like to say thank you to Richard Kirk, Stealthy Joe, and Stingo.
Tim.
Oh, it's me. From the Twitters, I would like to thank Jan Zantinga, Will Driver.
Yeah, close enough.
Mark Fawcett, Nelly, Dan Mansell.
Man Dancel.
Blizzy. Tyler Courtney. Lasso Games. Pete Linzel. And yeah, Pete Linzel did say nice things as well. He said, congratulations on reaching our 250th episode. BRB UK is essential listening, covering important topics with clever, witty banter. I object to the word clever.
Sorry,
anyway.
Was he listening to a different show?
Yeah, I think so.
He's listening to Gardener's Question Time, is what he's listening to.
BRB UK, help me grow tulips.
But no, thank you very much. I mean, you're too kind.
Everyone
Literally,
else said nice
too kind.
things as well, but Tim chose to single that one out for some reason.
Okay, sorry. Well, hey.
Tim and his best friend, Pete Linzel, though.
Well, I hadn't seen you in contact with the show before. It was nice for you to do so.
Patch.
Don't listen to the nasty men, Pete. We liked it, thank you.
Massive patch.
And on Facebook, thank you to Tidge Vozelman.
Yeah,
he is.
Stop changing his name. I just want to say a big special thanks once again, because you heard some voices, familiar voices at the start of the show. We've heard from the listeners as well that sent in all these messages. So thank you to Daniel Strangewood, thank you to Mark Fawcett, Ricardo Kirkabon, Sikander, Stealthy Joe, Unflushable, Will Driver, who got a tweet about Baby Driver.
Yeah.
Edgar Wright, he tweeted Edgar Wright saying how excited he was, and Edgar Wright tweeted him saying that he's going to call the sequel Will Driver. So I thought that was goddamn adorable.
Yeah.
Esmeralda.
Nice. For IGN's Esmeralda.
Former Pink Show.
Thank you, IGN's Esmeralda.
Pac-Man Polar Bear, DMed, Lono.
She was actually also, I'll just note, she was actually also for a very brief period also with Big Red Barrel. She was there right at the beginning, but then had to leave to go and actually get a job in the video game industry. Yeah, so there you go. But yes.
She went pro because of us.
It was very nice to hear you.
She wanted to work with people who knew what they were doing.
Literally drove her into actually wanting to do something more professional. But anyway, nice to hear from you. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you. Always a pleasure, my dear.
Also, Lono, Doc, there was meant to be a Frauls, but he forgot to record. Classic.
Good work, Frauls.
Classic Frauls.
Vintage
seriously,
Frauls.
if he'd actually recorded something, I wouldn't have believed it was Frauls. The fact that he did that that's classic Frauls.
Yeah, shows you it's Frauls.
But also, on a note as well, just a big special thank you to particularly Lono and Doc, who stepped up and gave his message. It was nice to hear from both of you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and can I just say how it was actually, I was genuine, well, touched is a word that's going to get the taken out of me, but no, there we go. But it was really awesome to hear from every single one of you listeners and old podcasting colleagues alike. So thank you ever so much, every single one of you, for just taking a couple of minutes out to say hello. We really appreciate it.
And also thank you to Ian Alexander Crane. He was a massive help in rounding up some of the original SG guys for messages. So thank you also. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Awesome.
Gosh.
Well, I think that's it. 250 is done. We look forward to episode 500 on April the 14th, 2022 is when we're scheduled to record that.
Whoa!
I'll be 307.
Whoa!
Tim still won't have a clue.
I still won't know what's going on.
And I don't know, Coleman will still be a millennial. And Brady will show up late again.
Hey!
I'll still be going around on my hoverboard, eating my go-gurt. It's like yogurt, but it's in tubes, you damn squares. Fidget spinners, they'll last forever.
Infinite fidget spinners.
My hoverboard's on fire.
Why?
You know what this podcast needs? A massive patch.
A big Scottish patch. That's what I mean.
How many episodes have we done, including the Sarcastic Game ones? We must be well on the way.
I was trying to add it up, and then I decided I couldn't quite be bothered.
A massive number like 12. Thanks, Scotland.
But I think 250
That's how many
of these,
you've done once we've taken out your Destiny time.
Wasn't it about 20 of the OHMSS and about 50 of UK, Sarcastic Game UK, I think?
Yeah, so we've done pretty much like 300 of them.
300 and something. If someone can tell us,
and change.
you'll win some internet cookies.
Yep, that is your homework,
But
internet.
remember
Go
to
forth.
click on the notification to accept them.
Yeah.
Yes.
This site does cookies.
But anyway, we really ought to get out of here since we have run out of time. So, but first of all, we really need to say a genuine thank you to John Brady of the internet. It's been a pleasure, sir.
Nice to have you back, sir.
That's all right. I won't be back.
Sorry for all the racism.
Yeah, we're sorry about the racism. We can't promise it won't happen again, but we do hope to see you again anyway. Next time you've forgotten how racist we are, come back for some more.
That may be sometime.
Yeah, and show up on time. John Brady of the internet sent a reminder via Facebook. He set a reminder up to Coleman, reminding him that it was going to be on Thursday at 8 p.m, and then proceeded to show up late for the show that he set the reminder for.
If nothing else, I am reliable.
Yeah, that is typical Brady. Typical
Jesus.
Brady. That brings the memories flooding back, John. Thank you very much.
Vintage John Brady.
Yeah, vintage.
Classic Brady.
Massive Brady.
More massive patch.
Massive patch. Anyway, we're going to get out of here because we're going to say goodbye. Before my emphysema gets the better of me.
Alright, see you later.
You all sound like Baron Greenback.
I thought they sounded like Mel B. Oh!
That or Jim Bowen, one of the two. They're two are virtually indistinguishable.
Super smashing, great,
Mel
fantastic.
Greenback.
Anyway.
Step up to the opening.
then.
This is more bullshit than bullseye, so let's finish off. So,
here's what you could have won.
a massive patch.
Speedboat in the middle of Yorkshire.
It's what you're going to take back home to your trailer park in Slough. It's a speedboat.
Massive patch.
Anyway, we're going to get out of here. John, thank you once again. We really appreciate it. And I have been Dan.
I might have been Tim, and you think after 250 episodes I'd have more of a clue?
No, not really.
I have been Coleman.
Massive patch.
It was a very quiet, massive patch. It was a secret massive patch.
Super massive patch.
Uber patch.
Of entropy.
Patch my scratch.
Goodbye.
Anyway, thank you ever so much for listening. And that's 250 down. Here's 250 more. And until next time, dear listeners, toodle bye.
You and your ears are quite welcome.
For the podcasting goodness that you just heard.
Why not roll on over
To BigRedBarel.com
for more podcasts?
News, reviews, and videos from the biggest, reddest site on the internet. BigRedBarel.com.
Hello.
What?
Hello?
Everyone just stopped talking.
I don't know what was going on. Everyone started writing in the agenda.
Yeah, why are we all writing in the agenda all of a sudden?
Oh, it's gone.
It's all gone to chaos.
And like the SNES Mini, it's gone.
Okay, it's gone.
Really?
Rise of the Necromancer. Right, what were we doing again? I'm totally lost.
Do you want us to refer to the listeners' things or not?
I would love to refer to the listeners' thing. Would you like to refer to the listeners' thing?
Well, now it's going to be really awkward. Hey, Coleman, I hear there's going to be some messages from our listeners. Thank you very much.
Can we get some intermission music? No, not that. No.
That one? Okay. I'm running out of music. Oh wait, here we go. Perfect intro. Introduction. Hold music.
Yeah, that works.
But am I French?
And now messages from our listeners.
Brady's had a stroke. Someone help him. Call 999.
That was your French accent. Your French accent is like Sylvester Stallone, quite frankly.
I'm French. Do we get the win this time? The croissant.
Is that Sly Stallone or is that Schwarzenegger? It's somewhere in the middle.
No, Sly's more up here. On the back of the front.
No, but like you know Schwarzenegger's like speaking voice when he sort of.
Seriously, someone needs to call Brady. Someone does need to call Brady an ambulance. I think he's having a moment.
It's not a tumor.
It's not
a tumor. It is a hemorrhagic stroke. Why do I smell burnt toast?
Daddy's rights. Oh my god. Just introduce that we've got voicemails from the listeners.
Why, hello there, Coleman. It's me, your best pal, the Messiah of Mice. It's Mickey Mouse, aha! Now, I was listening to your E3 podcast recently, and there was a whole section of you talking like you were on helium, and, I just want to ask you something, Coleman. Do you think you're being funny, you little f***? Huh? Do you think it's okay to mock me, Mickey Mouse, the owner of Disney? Huh? You little punk! The man who brings you Star Wars? You wanna f*** with me, you motherfucker? Well, I'm motherfucking Mickey Mouse! And So hold on, Minnie's in the other room. She wants to know what I'm shouting about, just a second. Shut up, Minnie, I'm busy! Now, I swear, Coleman, we may be the best of friends, but, if you ever come at me again, if you think you're gonna be funny, you little prick, then, I'll show you exactly how the Mouse of House repays its debts! Also, I'd like to congratulate you all on 250 episodes. That's a really good milestone, and, congratulations, you marks. Mickey out!